Some rumors that came out that the Pistons were linked to C.J. McCollum. Some people were happy about it. Some people were not happy about it. I don't mind it. I think McCollum probably about 34, 35, 36. Probably won't command much money. Probably willing to, concede a couple dollars to be with a contender. I think Atlanta should bring him back. I think they went through a rough patch and then brought him off the bench and then integrated him in the playoffs. I think if I'm Atlanta, I'll bring him back. No doubt about it. But somebody that a lot of us felt like had they went at the trade deadline, they may be in the finals with a chance to win it. Yeah, he'd be 35. He's 34 right now. He'd be 35 by the time the next season starts. A lot of people saying that's not enough to move the needle. Last year, that probably would have been enough. Shit, they would have got through Cleveland. They would have beat the Knicks. I'm not sure it was enough to beat the Spurs, and how much the Knicks and the Pistons would have took out of each other. I think that's a big factor in the finals as well too. Is that the Spurs and the Thunder took a lot out of each other, and the Knicks can match up with Victor Wembanyama with two physical guys. Say what you want to say about Cat. I've been saying it for years. Karl-Anthony Towns, one of the top 5 most talented players in the NBA. Him and AD, it's nothing that they can't do. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact of playing with that motor or playing with that aggressiveness, depending which player you're talking about. Mitchell Robinson, so they match up well, right? But, McCollum, I'm not opposed to it. If you go get a Trey Murphy and you can add a McCollum, I still think they need that guy off the bench that can get them a bucket. But other than that, I'm not mad. I think, if I can still get those two and maybe find, a nice little spark plug off the bench, I think that's enough. I think that's enough to see, to look like. Trey Murphy contract, you don't marry him because of that contract. McCollum, his ability to get buckets, not the greatest defender, but playing next to a bigger guard than Cade, playing with another defensive savant guard in Asar Thompson. Yeah, that's something that, I think that's enough. You got you change the outlook on your team so much. You got a guy that can get, I think they need one more guy to get a bucket. There was a Malik Beasley update. The update was pretty much he's still under investigation. So they just wrapping up the Terry Rozier thing. It seemed like they confiscated some money from him. So I'm not gonna speak on it. I'm not too well versed in it, but that's what I heard. I read they confiscated some money from him. But I had to do more research on it. But McCollum is a good fit. You put him with a young dog, Trey Murphy, and go Duran, Trey Murphy, Asar, McCollum, Cade. It'll be some. I think Cade is very fluid. I think McCollum's gonna be times for McCollum get his shot off. It'll be times where Cade to get his shot off. We'd be able to get the shot for him. But I will think they need that guy off the bench. You got Jenkins that you're gonna get better, with more experience, with running the show off the bench. You got Wool. My bad. I had a phone call. So yeah, but them two out there, I think that's enough. They just need that guy. You got Wool off the bench. You got I like Wool. You got Dennis Jenkins off the bench. Karis LeVert probably gonna be in some type of deal because of the contract. I like Duncan Robinson, bringing him off the bench. He might be in the contract. So there's gonna be some things you got to look at. And personally, let's say Karis and Duncan is gone, right? These semi trucks be killing me trying to go super fast. Do the speed that guy doing. But yeah, but other than that, like I said, I stood on the hill for a guy like Malik Monk. I love what he brings to your team. True be told, I wouldn't be mind bringing Dennis Schroeder back. Who else you got out there? Bojan Bojanovic, he's free agent from the Clippers. Maybe you could do a sign and trade or something with that. Jordan Clarkson is he on the Knicks bench? I don't know how you feel about that. Klay Thompson, not sure what the contract looking like. I think if you lose a guy like Duncan, I'll try to replace him with a guy like Klay. But I like a guy like, Klay, Bojanovic, or Monk, powering that bench a little bit more. But that's just my opinion. But I like the McCollum move. I've been a McCollum fan since him busting Duke ass at Lehigh. NBA president, union president, I believe. Strong locker room guy. Can get you a bucket. I think bringing Trey Murphy in and then bringing a couple other guys in. I don't plan on seeing Beasley back next year. So bringing a couple guys in, with Jenkins and I assume Stu may or not be here. Jenkins, Stu, B-Ball, Paul, Wu. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I think Herter's probably gone. So I would say, I would, go out there and look to get, maybe a veteran like Clay if I lost Duncan. I look to get another guy that can get a bucket like Monk. And then maybe I look to get a guy that can stretch five it out. A shooting big. Maybe I can find a way to get a shooting big. But yeah, I mean, if they did Murphy and marketing, Murphy and McCollum and got some help off the bench, I'd like it. I would prefer not to lose Duncan Robinson. That's one guy I would prefer not to lose. 41% from three. Was showing the ability to play make and finish at the rim. He defended really well last year compared to, I would prefer to keep Jenkins, Duncan, Stu off the bench. And then, if I can go pluck a Clay and pluck a Bojanovic or a Monk to really get them that juice off the bench. Maybe even one of them would be enough, to be honest. Maybe I'm going overkill. But McCollum is a guy. You can put him back there with Jenkins. They can figure it out. McCollum is a guy. He can run the show, get a bucket. That's one thing about the Pistons. They're in a unique position with Cade. A lot of people say Cade is a ball hog. He not. He just got to do it. I don't even think he want to do what he's doing, but he's in a unique position. Well, the Pistons are a unique position because they need that like Tyreek Evans would be perfect for what the Pistons need. Whether off the bench or next to Cade. A guy like him, talented, hey man, I'm gonna set you up and it's gonna be times where I need you to get a bucket when they doubling me. 90% of the NBA teams are not in a position to be successful or even not successful where I can say, I just need you to get a bucket and give me some effort defensively. That's all I need you to do. Give me buckets. A lot of teams you got to come in and it's like, you got to fit within this. No, we just need you, whether it's Levine, McCollum, whether it's Devin Booker, Kyrie. Hey, you just get buckets. It's going to be times where we need to sit this dude on the bench and we need you to run the show. And just give us an effort defensively. That's a unique position to be in because I don't see no other team that's in that position where you can come in and you can take as many shots as you. That's why a lot of people like Michael Porter. We need you to come in and gun that motherfucking jumper. We need you to shoot. We need you to be unconscious within this offense and be an unconscious shooter within this offense. That's the unique position they're in. And I would think also to say 90%, the Pacers are in that position. Spicy P, Tyrese when Tyrese got to drop a 30-40 ball, he will, but I'd rather just get everybody up. Those are two unique positions, bro. We need, if Cam Thomas can get his mind right, he'd be perfect in Detroit, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? He'd be perfect. But, when you ain't a people pleaser, you ain't an ass kisser, and people don't understand you and don't take time to understand you, it's tough to integrate him within society. And believe it or not, it don't sound like he a bad person from what I hear. Just seems like he just marched to the beat of his own drum. And you're going to get a lot of those guys in this generation that seem socially awkward because in women and young girls because they getting raised by tablets on the internet. That's why it's very important. One thing my parents did, I did everything. If you name it, I did. Only reason I didn't do soccer because I missed the open window to try out. But you name it, I did it. From tennis, book clubs, science clubs, pre-college courses, basketball, foosball. I golf. I'm a golfer. Most people don't know that. I haven't done it in a minute, but I got clubs. I'm a golfer. So I did everything. So when I'm able to I'm able to walk in different rooms. You know what I mean? I'm able to talk about different stuff. They talk about golf. I can talk about golf. We talk about medical research. Talk about history. I love history a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just I like learning stuff, but learning new stuff and research and, kind of putting it in my clip in my brain. So whenever I need to use it, but, it is what it is, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.